From the heart of UCLan, this is Pulse Radio.
Hello, welcome to the Carl Patrick Angeles Power Hour.
Hello.
We're your hosts. I'm Ryan.
I'm Rob.
And over there,
this is not.
And here's the main attraction, Carl Angeles.
How is that a main attraction?
Because it's
show,
the Carl Angeles Power Hour.
This is your show.
We've
Take it
rebranded.
away.
No, we haven't. This is the R&R plus Carl show.
We're back again, episode 9.
We're moving on. We had a bit of a dodgy recording at the start, but now we're going on.
Yeah, second take this one actually.
I know.
So unnatural reactions.
Round 2.
Right now.
His unnatural. Carl's reaction was pretty raw.
Yeah, Carl's reaction was just still the same.
Carl's just looking at his phone. He doesn't even care anymore.
It's not
Off
even
the
on,
show.
boy.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it. Throw it here.
No more anime.
Throw it here.
I'm not throwing his phone.
Okay.
Here we go. Bang on the desk.
You could have just made a sound effect there. You didn't have to ruin the joke. Could have threw it at the window and make a glass. It's too late. It's too late. Too late. It's too late to apologise.
That was my phone as well, not even Carl's.
You should have just. What you just put in unnecessary risk right now.
Yep.
Right. So, what have you got to? What have we got to talk about today?
It's Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, this is not being recorded on Valentine's Day, but it's coming up on Valentine's Day.
Mm.
The question is, have you got any plans? Dates?
No.
No, Carl, no.
Do you have a plan tomorrow, though?
Carl, why are you asking these questions but answering them yourself?
Carl,
Come on, you can't just throw that sort of question out.
I have a date with you, Ryan.
No, you don't.
No, I've been rejected. I'm sad.
Oh, no.
Can't just throw those questions out.
Rejection live on air.
Live on air.
It was always going to be a no from you, Carl. You will never get a yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be single Pringles on Valentine's Day.
Single Pringles?
Yeah.
Christ, are you in high school? Why do you
That's
say stuff like that?
Maybe I am.
You year 8 or something. Oh, I'm a single Pringle. On your Facebook feed. And then everyone in your class is like, are you right, Rob?
You never know.
No.
Oh, sorry?
You never know. Rob might not be single after tomorrow.
Why are you mentioning this on the show?
Anything,
Why
Carl.
is this getting mentioned on the show? This is like very personal information, Carl.
Let's just keep it
Come
in.
on.
We'll keep it in.
I thought you can answer Rob tomorrow.
What? Are you alright?
Okay.
Right, I want to clarify. Carl's been dead all day so far, and now he's just come up with this stuff out of nowhere. This is the first I'm hearing of it, as much as
Carl, I don't
anyone
know
else.
if you know anything about it, but there's no guarantee with anything,
I know.
So
It's okay, Ryan.
What an awkward intro, Carl. Christ.
the R&R show.
No, we can't. This is, you know what is a plus, Carl? It should be a minus, Carl, at this rate. Christ.
I think we should take on board that question that I put on
Yeah.
Twitter. When are we kicking Carl off the show?
Today.
Today, apparently.
Yeah,
literally
seems
today.
about
Off
right.
the show. Right.
Great.
So, Valentine's Day, it's a corporate sham just to get people to buy stuff, but still be nice to people. That's the main
Still
thing.
be nice people, yeah.
But
you
also,
can do Valentine's Day without having to buy into the whole.
I'd say support restaurants. That's fine.
No, but if you.
But like big brands that are just literally there just to overcharge on Valentine's Day.
If you want to go out for a meal, sure, but
it depends where I'd say. If you go into McDonald's, I think that's not a good meal.
no. I think the best way to do it, but we're all students who won't be able to, is really cook properly.
I can cook. I can follow instructions on how to cook.
Unless somebody wants to go on a date and have beans on toast, then I'm sorry, but
Christ,
that's all
Rob,
I can make.
you look up a meal online and you just follow a tutorial. It's not the most impossible
but
thing.
I'll still mess it up.
How would you mess it up?
They're not following the tutorial properly.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd
have to really be a fool to mess up a tutorial. I've never burnt anything.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I've never burnt any food.
I've burnt toast. That's probably about it.
Or toast. It's not. I guess if you can count. I guess I burnt toast before.
So you lied.
It wasn't a lie. It just didn't include toast. Because
Toast is food.
I wouldn't class toast as a meal. I was thinking more in the realm of like cooking a meal. Toast is like, I guess it could be breakfast at most, but it's,
breakfast meal.
Breakfast is a meal, yes. Which you two skip out on apparently.
Thanks for disclosing
not
that
this
information
morning.
live on air.
Well, you say you're upset with that, but you're not upset with Carl mentioning your plans for following this week.
No, I didn't say I wasn't upset about that, but
you seem
keep my
there's more of a violent edge on my one though.
Yeah, I think you can take it better. That's why.
Can I? Carl can't take it at all.
No, Carl just burst into tears. That's why I was being a bit calm with Carl.
Carl just saying no, I can't react. Right, let's just move on to a decent topic for once.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to kick it off
Aladdin remake. I misspelled Aladdin. think it's double L.
Aladdin.
I think
remake.
it's pretty double L.
Oh,
The Aladdin remake.
Great.
They show like Will Smith in his big blue beauty. It is terrifying. He's got a CGI body.
I've already seen memes about it already.
But already, it's only like come out. It's only been shown yesterday.
It looks like some.
Unlike subreddits that I follow.
Yeah, I've seen memes about it already. I saw memes about it on the day, man. People are fast on that stuff.
Really fast.
It looks like somebody like sat on his chest and flattened it awkwardly. It feels really weird.
Will Smith's like a skinny guy, but they've made him really wide.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It just like Genie
doesn't work
in the film, like the original. Genie's like a big wide fella, and but he changes shape all the time and all that. There's all clever animation.
Yeah.
How are they going to do any of that with fat blue Will Smith? Why Will Smith? He's not that. Will Smith is charismatic when he's not acting, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good in Fresh Prince. Will Smith is an awful actor.
Yeah.
Look, say that.
Okay. Well done.
I
don't really have that much of an opinion of him, to be fair.
Why?
I've not particularly seen him in an awful lot of stuff.
What about I Am Legend? He's in that.
I've not seen him.
You know what
I'm like?
He's
I
a very
don't watch
angry guy for
literally
the entire film, and then he needlessly kills himself at the end. It's like a sacrifice moment, but it's kind of dumb. Spoilers for I Am Legend. He kills his dog as well.
Oh, that's the film. Okay, I just didn't know the title.
Carl realizes it.
The film where Will Smith kills his own dog. I don't know how you could forget the title to a film like that.
No, I can't. Sorry.
Snaps his
Sounds
neck.
like
I remember.
Now I remember.
This is really sad, but then I remember it's like he's got CGI dogs in one scene, so it's just kind of a dumb film. He should have just done Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for the rest of his life. I'd been fine with that.
Well, you'd watch it every single time then.
I've not seen much of Fresh Prince, but what I have seen, I've liked.
Yeah.
He's alright in that. He's like a good sitcom actor, but now he's trying to do Genie.
Aladdin.
YouTube, apparently.
YouTube.
As far as I know, he's a YouTube. According to YouTube, he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, sure.
Do you not remember YouTube Rewind?
Yeah, I know. I do remember it. It was
He
like
introduced it.
It was horrible.
He's the original YouTuber.
The original YouTuber.
He's got a big YouTube Rewind tattoo on his chest. That's why I had to CG him out for the film Aladdin.
You're making me remember.
Sounds about right.
This YouTube channel of Jack Black.
Oh, yeah, Jack Black. I'm subscribed to him at the moment. He's alright.
What? He made a gaming channel,
yeah,
but not really gaming.
Well, no, he showed like arcade. That's pretty cool. I like that. Because all these gamers, all these like gaming channels are trash.
What? Did you see the one where he did a Fortnite
I didn't know.
gameplay?
I've not seen that, no.
Oh, you should do it.
I've not.
No, he didn't play Fortnite, don't worry. It was just a CGI.
CGI Fortnite.
A green screen Fortnite, and then it was pretending to play it.
Jack Black is a strange individual.
That
really
sounds great.
I don't think he's part of our human dimension. He's part of his own realm. I liked him in what's it called? What's that band he used to have?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was part of a band and they did some really good songs. They had a film and everything. It's on the tip
I know
of my tongue.
about it, but
it's on the tip of. They did some really good music.
Rob,
it's funny.
Is it?
I'm not an encyclopedia of music, Carl.
Yeah, Rob only knows indie bands with like 3 listeners.
More than that.
Yeah, 2 listeners.
That's less.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well done, great maths.
Very funny joke.
Yeah, I know, right?
You said maths as well. It's not maths. You said maths. Thank you for complimenting how much maths I take up.
Why do you say maths here?
Maths.
Yeah.
Well, I would say mathematics. It sounds a bit...
What do you say in the Philippines then?
Just math without
math, because that's a singular. It's like math would just be 2 + 2 or something, or just on its own with nothing. Math is like a broad spectrum of like different. That's why we do it.
Okay.
It's like it's essentially just the pluralized version of that.
No, but math actually doesn't make grammatic sense.
No, it doesn't. That's the thing.
Yeah. Maths is
because that's my point. That we do.
I can't remember seeing somebody made a joke about.
Thanks for explaining my joke.
What's this about Apex Legends then? I have no idea what it's about.
EA basically they're publishing a game under some smaller company.
Yeah.
And they just released it and announced it in the same day.
Okay.
It's free to play.
So
it's kind of mad for a company to do that, especially such a big budget game like this, because it's got a lot behind it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's got 25 million players now.
Yeah, it's really taken off. I mean, good for them, but the lead developers have been like, they're just slagging off EA a lot.
What type of game is it?
It's still a battle royale,
but
it's more fast paced though.
Yeah,
all right, okay.
It's actually kind of impressive what they've done with it. I don't like battle royale as a formula. I don't think it's good.
It's more of a like futuristic like battle royale. If you've seen Titanfall with those, but without the Titanfall, basically.
Yeah, but
Titanfall without the Titanfall.
Well, they cancelled Titanfall anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Well, it's meant to be good. I've not played it. I don't really have an intention to play it. But my main thing is EA is getting slagged off by their own like lead producers on the this branch of this company that EA owns.
Well, obviously because EA.
They've been saying like they've kept their foot down with what EA can do with this game because they've been really strict. So stuff like they didn't specify, but that you can kind of get a gist that they made points where it's like a free-to-play loot box-based game published by EA. If that was announced last year, everyone would say, "Oh, that looks awful."
Yeah.
The fact they've released it so quickly is like, wow, that's really impressive. That's good marketing.
Yeah.
Because if they did it like they announced it last year and then released it yesterday, it would have sucked.
Yeah.
No one would have played it.
But the fact they've just kind of gone, oh, it's there, you can play it now.
It's a good way of doing it, especially when you're dealing with EA, because they have got a horrible reputation.
No, I think there's a couple of companies that are doing that now, kind of announcing and releasing the games the same day. There's been a couple, I think, on the Switch, haven't?
I don't know. Well, no, that's usually port to the Switch. They usually go out on the same day.
But the fact that they kind of like nobody knew it was really coming, and then it just appeared.
Usually that's because they don't have much of a marketing budget for ports of the Switch.
Well, I think that's quite a smart way of doing it.
I don't think they're intending it to do that. They just announce it same day. I don't think they're that bothered.
But people just kind of look at it and say, "Oh, it's out. I'll play it." Or something.
I haven't been anything like that. I usually, if I'm gonna get something to Switch, I usually look it up or something beforehand, see if it's there.
Well, if it's free to play, then people are going to play it. But if it's like a game you're expecting people to like cough up, say 20 quid or 25 quid.
I thought you would just charge us money for that, the Apex.
What? Oh.
Would anybody play it if they charged? I think people. Do you think people?
Probably not. No, especially the fact it's got loot boxes, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's got, but there would be a player base because there always is, but it wouldn't be as big as it is currently.
Well, you've got like the big streamers now, like Ninja, playing it.
I know. That's why, I think Fortnite's taken off so much because the fact it's just free to play. Like, do you remember? I don't know if you did Xbox Live or anything growing up. If there was a free game that anyone knew was on Xbox Live, everyone played it. Yeah. I played, what was it, Doritos Crash Course? I played that so much. It was a free shit game. Yeah. Right? I played the shit out of it because I didn't have money. I was a little kid. Yeah. If Fortnite came out when I was that age, of course I would have played it.
You would have been a Fortnite kid.
No, that's my point. Because when you're that young and you don't have any money and you like buy new games, it's like as soon as there's a free game, you're gonna do it. And Fortnite is made to a decent quality.
There was like Team Fortress 2 and that, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I didn't do PC gaming back then.
No, but,
most people have like consoles.
At that point, it was like people playing it purely because of the fact it didn't.
Well, it was like free to play in like 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what year it was.
It was like about 5. It might be 5 years after because it was in 2008. But it was never free on Xbox.
Oh, right.
So you have to. It actually exists on Xbox, but no one remembers it.
I didn't know that.
It's a horrible mess. There's like footage of it where people who play an engineer have managed to glitch themselves in the sky and build turrets floating. It's a horrible mess.
I thought it would just be like a Steam, Valve game.
You would think it
just on Steam.
No, it's because like things like Portal and Half-Life were also on the Xbox 360 and PS3. Left 4 Dead as well, but that's more understandable.
Yeah, that's more. Yeah, I know Left 4 Dead, but Left 4 Dead.
Ryan's got his tuberculosis back.
All right, thanks for that, Rob.
That's sneaking in there somewhere.
Yeah. I didn't mention capitalism, but EA have got really bad stocks. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Their stocks are at an all-time low.
It's because they bring shit.
No,
shit.
The game industry is working as intended. It's failing on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of people are making money off of it failing. That's how things be.
That's how they are.
Because people want these companies to have unsustainable amounts of wealth, so that's why they get more and more greedy. Like the shareholders will want more money.
Yeah.
Which is why EA and stuff get greedier and throw loot boxes, microtransactions everywhere. Because they want to increase the profits to keep getting money. But it's unsustainable. You can't grow that quickly and that much.
Yeah, it's not really something you can keep going for.
No, but we all accept it because that's capitalism. That is actual capitalism.
That's the way it works.
So a lot of these companies aren't going under because they just can't meet the demands for their wealth growth. And EA is probably going to start hitting that not relatively soon, probably next so many years.
Yeah.
And they'll start sacking off more workers, but bring in like 5 billion, but it won't be enough. They'll say it's too low for them.
Yeah. Amazing.
EA.
That would be fun to see just EA fall apart.
No, it wouldn't, because that's a lot of people that are losing their jobs.
No, but I think the fact it's
And a lot of
EA,
people. No, but that's the thing.
not the job situation.
A lot of people
We're going
lose.
into kind of that industry, aren't
No,
we?
a lot of people lose their jobs, and a lot of rich people get away with loads of money because CEO bonuses just keep rising.
Yep.
This is the case of the situation. It's not a good thing when it goes. It's just, why did we let it grow to this level?
Yeah.
It's my point.
Good point. So yeah, that joke is now totally irrelevant. Now I mentioned it before you then brought up the capitalism bit, but okay. Brexit machines broke.
Brexit machine broke.
What?
It's a spin on the ice cream machine broke meme from that was about McDonald's workers never wanting to do the ice creams.
Oh, the shake machine.
Yeah, it's like it's a sort of old meme where it's like, oh, ice cream machine broke, bro, fix that. That's like the. So I just put Brexit machine broke.
Yeah, well it is, isn't it?
Well, it usually follows up with understand. We'll have a nice day. That's my favourite.
I don't think that works the same with Brexit, but sure.
No, it definitely won't.
Oh, understood. Have a nice day. Sure.
I mean, no Brexit, good Brexit. While we're on about the topic, naked anti-Brexiteer on GMT.
Oh yeah.
What's up with that? You know, a bit.
Well, she's a protester anyway.
Oh yeah.
And then they decided to invite her on, but she requested that she was naked while doing it. So that was I think probably a news first or something.
It gets people talking about it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's dumb.
It is. There was quite the backlash on Twitter from it, so I don't think it's done. You know, the anti-Brexit side of things much favours.
This is the sort of thing Nigel Farage would tweet about, saying like the anti-Brexiteers are all just naked women on GMTV. I call it GMTV because that's how I used to grew up with.
Yeah.
It's more the Daybreak after that.
Yeah. No, it's just Good Morning Britain.
Yeah.
That was interesting in itself. That like I was seeing like some of the still shots from it, and obviously where a name popped up, everything behind it was just like they just literally blurred out kind of like the bottom half of the screen. It was
bizarre. I feel like it was purposely picked to just be an extreme example.
No, but imagine sitting in the studio being the presenter. How do you keep a straight face or anything at that point? How do you just sit there and have a normal conversation while somebody sat there with nothing or whatsoever?
Isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's part of the job, but it's a bit weird.
You're asking for professionalism from Piers fucking Morgan. You're not getting it.
Yeah, you're not getting any of that.
Oh, that show is awful. I don't ever watch it.
Our show or
no GMTV.
Yeah, don't watch it. Piers
They advertise themselves as they do the news, but not boring. It's like the news is supposed to be boring.
That's why it's news. It's not meant to be fun.
It's not meant. No, it's meant to be like informing you.
Yeah,
you get crazy. Just getting crazy people on and like, look at these people there.
You let your.
I let my tongue slip. I'm not that bad usually. I'd never say that word as well.
Well, it's about.
I know.
Good. Let's just move on. I'll sort it out.
Okay.
I'll sort it out. Don't worry about it. What do we have next in terms of which one do you want to go?
Feeling
like you don't belong.
Yeah, I was just talking about the whole Brexit situation. I was reading headlines about it. It's like, do I even belong in this country? I always get this thing. I've had this thing in my mind where like, I'll move away. Like, years.
Where are you going to
Do I belong in this country?
I don't know. I'll probably move to Germany.
I'd move back there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just don't. The whole national spirit and all that. It's sour to me now. Everything about this country is just getting worse and worse. It feels.
Yeah,
I don't think I can stick by it. So you can call me like a anti-patriotic, but that's it. Just there's so many things that are just wrong that just aren't getting fixed, and everyone's cheering all the incorrect things. Yeah, I don't feel a part of this.
No, I do understand like why you feel that way, because there's other people that are not you that I've spoken to who have been exactly the same. It's like, as soon as I finish my degree, I want to get out of this country, so I'm sick of everything.
It's sickening, isn't it?
Yeah. People are like, I just want to move away. It doesn't matter where, just somewhere not this country. And it's like, you can understand why, because everything's falling apart. It's great.
We got an establishment that only cares about the rich. We got like a lot of like racism, sexism, transphobia, all of that stuff.
That's still very
homophobia.
Very,
it's really
thing.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't. That sounds like a hot take, but no, it really is just everywhere.
When it realistically just shouldn't be a thing at all, but unfortunately still
but no, but it's also
day.
that people don't really care. They'd rather like whatever, just keep it going.
Yeah, and that's.
So it's like, so the whole thing was like, do I give up? I don't want to give up on this country. I love this country.
No,
but,
it's my home country. It's where I was born. I'm not gonna be ashamed of that. But at the same time, things are in a bad state in this country, so
they're not great.
They're not great. And if there's somewhere that looks much better and everything turns out to be much better, then if I get an opportunity to go and live somewhere else, then I will.
Where would that be if you can choose? Because I think Ryan said
Germany. I'd go like Berlin or something. Berlin would be a good place to go.
I was gonna say something like Canada.
Yeah, same. Canada or New Zealand.
Technically.
For me, New Zealand or Canada.
Somewhere just bit out of the way.
Canada. I just don't want to be that close to America.
No, I get that.
I get that.
Canada's alright though. But the United States. It's just weird.
One thing I'm would be really conscious about, moving to somewhere totally different is the language barrier.
That's why you have to prepare for it.
Yeah, I do get that, but I'm not good learning languages.
Germany's a good place to live, and if you get the language, there's a lot of like support for all that stuff. Like we still have some support stuff here. I saw like a building that had a sign say "Learn English" here. Like a week ago. So
I think there's still quite a
here.
few people who just choose that just don't know how to speak English.
We get
I know they don't have to, but it helps in terms of integrating into society.
Yeah, without a doubt. I would encourage everyone to learn the language of the country they're living in, but there's obviously if you start forcing that thing, then you're just getting weird because some people are just incapable of learning another language because it's quite a hard thing to do.
It is quite a hard thing because it's
really is a hard thing.
Some words that might not exist in one language which they do in another, and to try and get that concept.
Well, you even get like the extreme examples where it's like someone who's grew up with like Japanese and then they want to learn English.
Yeah.
These are very different concepts in their languages. Like
you can understand a bit easier. The ones that'll be easier to learn are the ones all based off Latin. So
I suppose
French, German, Spanish, very European languages.
English is just a mishmash of all of them.
Yeah, we just stole pretty much words from everything else. But when you start going to like say Chinese, Japanese, Asian,
very different concepts.
They're based on different ideas, aren't they? It's
just how pronunciation and writing.
Writing as well. Yeah, it's totally different. They don't use the standard character. Well, not standard, but standard for us, the characters that we know, like A, B, the normal alphabet, that they have something totally different.
Carl just died.
What?
Rest in peace.
I can't say anything because mine's like the same, like same alphabet and stuff.
So but you can answer that then. You can mention that.
Yeah,
come on,
Carl's. Should we disclose where he's from? Or should we just keep rolling with the joke? He's American.
No, we've already said he's Filipino.
Right, okay. Yeah, Carl isn't American, as we made him out to be in the first.
I think that was clearly a joke, Rob. You have some like horrible ideas about the people who listen to us who just can't understand humour. I think even saying that episode is from the Philippines.
Yes.
Christ, man. You have some negative opinions about our listeners.
What, 3 listeners?
What, 3 people?
Oh, no, isn't it 24?
I think something like that last time, yeah.
Ooh.
I need to check. Apparently on the regular now we've got somebody from India, so that's interesting.
Oh.
We still have the American...
The San Francisco person.
No,
they stopped listening.
Disappeared.
I think someone's just sat there with a VPN switching between places now.
No, there's somebody who's from India and someone from Portugal.
That's different.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, those people. You're very special. I mean, it's very special because you're unique. Because you can't say anyone else is listening to the show like that at that time.
Yeah, I know. Time difference and everything, especially for India. I don't know what time it would be.
We appreciate you
Probably
listening.
really, really early in the morning, or something like that, maybe.
Who knows? It's maybe just UClan students just out.
Just VPN in.
Yeah, well, no, VPN in. I mean, like they could just be in different locations doing like schemes and stuff.
Maybe.
'Cause I know there's like some stuff
maybe
within
in the missing UClan, so they'll tune into us to listen to our.
Get in contact if you are. Actually, I'm interested.
Yeah, if anybody does listen to the show,
if anyone
out there,
all
please,
zero.
Yeah, anybody out there,
you're saying as if you're calling for help. Anyone out there, send water, send supplies.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there, I'd say get in contact with probably the easiest one's our Twitter account, isn't it?
Twitter account on Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook doesn't have a username though, so it's hard to find the page. I've realised this.
Account.
So yeah, probably Rand Carl on Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah,
I got that right. So yeah, if you hit us up on Twitter,
message us. We'll
not reply. We'll just read your message and ignore it.
No, we won't.
We'll reply.
You'll reply, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, the DMs are open on the Twitter account, so feel free to send a private message if you don't want to tweet.
If you want to send us any questions as well, we did put some up about this before recording this, but
we've already mentioned that, but it's all right.
Yeah, but for future reference, Ryan, come on.
Right, we should probably have a break.
Yeah, that's good. We'll get some tunes going. I'm gonna have a look for some love songs. I think we'll try it. It's Valentine's Day, so we've got to get in the mood.
No,
Carl's
we're not recording this on Valentine's Day. We have no obligations.
Carl's excited for this.
I'm excited to listen to this.
Right, we'll get some tunes going. We'll be back in a little bit.
Sorry about that.
Why do you not like that?
I wouldn't have chosen them.
Yeah, you wouldn't have chosen anything. If you had
I would have chosen better songs.
Okay.
Not Carl. I would have actually chosen.
I would have chosen like
K-pop.
No.
K-pop, yeah.
No, songs without vocals though. It's just tunes.
Yeah, but it's a bit weird for a break, innit?
I know. That's why I said that. That's why I'm not suggesting.
Yeah, it doesn't get broadcast on the radio. If there's a podcast, that wouldn't fly. It's just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because usually, like, not like non-vocal songs are just there for background.
That's why I'm not suggesting, unless you want me to suggest K-pop songs.
I don't think the system will have any K-pop songs.
No, I refuse to put them on, Carl.
Oh,
I'm the barrier technically to K-pop songs becoming a thing on there, unless I get told at some point.
You're very biased by a barrier.
Exactly.
Wow.
I dictate what goes on. Right, so we're gonna get back to some news. First one up: sumo wrestlers used to have plastic surgery to increase the length of their heads.
Basically,
okay.
Sumo wrestlers used to have plastic surgery to increase the size of their heads because they used to have like a height limit in the 80s for sumo for competitive sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
So if you was 5'6", I think you could do it. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I think it was the height mark. So
is that the minimum?
That's the minimum. Yeah, something like that. 5'6". So I might have the wrong size, but it was like something along those lines. So you have these big, because it's unfair. Like you had these huge people against like someone's like 5'4". It's just it's like someone's 6'4" going against someone who's 5'4" is a bit on. And considering how much weight they have to put on, it's kind of unfair. So what a lot of people did to get past it was they'd have plastic surgery where they put over their scalp, or I guess under their scalp, they would have a plastic bag of silicone to increase the height of their head, so they could meet the quota to be the right height to do sumo wrestling.
Wow.
And you're probably wondering, is there pictures? There are plenty of pictures of sumo wrestlers with really long-looking heads. And apparently,
I want to see that now.
Apparently, it's really painful just having it. It's
really?
Yeah. One of the most famous sumo wrestlers of all time was I can't remember his name, so that shows how famous he was. He had it done just to match it, and he proved to be. He was like 5'5" or something. So he was already a small fella. You think he'd be like crap? No, he was like the underdog. He used to always beat these huge behemoths in every fight. And as soon as they got rid of legislation for that rule, he got rid of it. He said it's the most painful thing he's ever done.
Oh,
it is. It sounds horrible.
It sounds horrible having like silicone on
Is a plastic bag of silicone, like like a breast implant,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
on your scalp.
Sounds horrid.
There are plenty of pictures, and there was someone who had over 4 inches, I think.
What?
Yeah, it's a very bizarre image.
Okay.
That would be like really like that,
Yeah, but the weird part about the pictures is like you can see his length of his head, and his hair's longer because it's under his scalp, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's bizarre looking because the way they do it, it is bizarre.
I
Play-
want to
playing the
see one
rules
now.
It is. I'll show you the pictures afterwards.
Okay.
I might send them to you just so you can illustrate how painful they look.
I'll try and remember to put them in at some point.
Yeah.
That's
You
good.
probably won't remember. It's all right.
Yeah, I think I forget half the cues. To
I know
do this.
you forget, but you forget about the show altogether.
At least I edit the episodes. Come on. Don't just leave like you saying words live on air and let it roll and see what happens. At least I edit them out.
You try. I'll give you that.
Like if we hadn't cut it out, then Carl would have been saying all sorts of stuff on air. The reason
Whoa.
he's so quiet is because you have to cut everything out.
It's not that Carl can't think of what to say.
No, he actually says too much to the point where we have to cut him out.
Sorry, Carl.
Okay.
We're gonna have to cut that out now as well. Come on. So give me work to do, Carl.
I'm sad. Right, what's this tweet that you saw?
I saw a tweet that said, "White guys that making podcasts is the equivalent of white girls getting bangs." So that's a slam dunk on us.
Well, the white guys sat here making.
Actually, that's not a
crappy
bad thing because
podcasts.
bangs is good.
Bangs.
Yeah, it's hairstyle.
Yeah. I thought you said bags at first.
No
I was like,
bangs.
I'm not a white guy though.
I know, but you may as well be.
You're an adopted white guy. That doesn't work, but okay.
No, that doesn't work.
Okay.
You like white things like McDonald's? That's pretty white.
Is that pretty white?
That is really white. McDonald's came from America. That you can't get white America, like South, like a southern state.
Okay. What else is white
KFC.
thing?
KFC's no, it came from southern states.
Okay.
My point.
All right.
Because Colonel Sanders, Colonel Sanders looks like the whitest person ever. He had a
The
golden
logo even.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
yeah,
That's what-
Okay. I'm
Yeah, there you
adopted white now.
Adopted white.
we've adopted Carl.
No, we haven't.
He needs a new name that sounds white.
Christ, Carl sounds really white. What are you on about?
Last name.
Oh, you said first name.
That's the last name.
said-
Last,
first name.
come on, last name. You got the Los Angeles. Angeles, come on.
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
You-
I'll shut up.
you should do.
That's good. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate that. Also, what's your other tweet?
Poor white people want to be comedians while rich white people want to be president. I thought that was kind of funny.
Who's that trying to hit at?
Just everyone. Probably me. Probably all of us, really.
I don't want to be a comedian.
Not like a literal comedian, just like a comedian would do a podcast, for example. Rob. How do you spell Carl's last name?
Oh my god. Just look at Los Angeles.
I can't spell Los Angeles.
All right.
Spell it, Carl.
I can't spell Los Angeles.
Spell it.
Okay, you've got Angel. Do you know how to spell Angel?
No, I mix up with angle all the time.
Erangle.
Angle.
Orangle.
Orangle. Clear your fucking ears out.
Orangle.
Sorry, I'm
Orangutan.
Orangle.
I don't know how to spell that.
Orangutan. That's not how you spell it.
How do you
Well,
spell
still-
it, Carl? The people need to know. So they
Fine.
can steal your identity.
How you spell Angel? So Angel. What is this? Spelling with Carl.
Just
Yes.
how do you spell Carl?
Carl.
How do you spell Carl twice?
Carl. There you go.
I think I know what you're trying to.
No.
I'm not doing. I'm actually not
Have you not
trying
seen the
anything. I'm just
TikTok?
trying to annoy
Have
Carl.
you not seen the TikTok?
No,
where
I
it's
don't
like-
watch TikTok like you.
No, it's an advert. I don't sit and watch TikTok.
Rob sits and watches
Things.
TikToks.
No, I
He
don't.
likes the music.
I really
The
don't.
music.
Yeah, Rob likes music, and TikToks are all about music, aren't they?
No, not really.
They usually got music in them, but the majority of them have music.
Half of them are just really cringy. No.
Yeah, they got music in the background.
Yeah,
That's-
but just because something has music doesn't mean I like it.
well, that's the
only likes
first I've heard
indie.
of this, Rob.
He only likes
Thanks.
indie music.
Yeah,
Literally.
it
I
is.
mean, like
music.
music
You can't
that
get
nobody
more
else
in-
can listen to.
You can't get more indie than TikTok.
God damn it.
Would you like a TikTok?
Have you
like,
seen the
video?
logo? That's pretty indie.
What?
TikTok's logo looks like an indie band poster.
It does, no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I don't know
I've
the band
seen-
posters you've been looking at.
The ones that you have all around your bedroom.
I don't have any. I don't even.
Have a
Doesn't
bedroom.
Have a bedroom.
I
yeah.
don't even have a bedroom at the moment.
Rob doesn't have a bedroom.
The crack den's still under construction. Come on.
Rob, you don't smoke crack. You smoke whack.
Exactly. Fine, it's the whack den. There we go. No, yeah, my room's very much still under construction, and I want it back soon.
So everyone listening, break into Rob's house and destroy his room.
There's nothing to destroy.
Yeah, they just like set back the progress, is what I mean.
No, but
So any progress that's been there,
there is no progress in the room.
there's gonna be some progress.
There's a new wall being
Yeah,
put
destroy
in,
the
that's
wall
it.
then. That's progress.
Destroy
No.
the wall.
Because then you're
Destroy
destroying the other room.
Sorry, I didn't know. I was talking to Donald Trump here.
Destroy
I'm
the
sorry.
The wall is fine. Not that wall.
a
The
wall.
in my room.
This is a hot take coming from Rob Graham. Robert Graham, the wall is fine.
The wall is fine.
I would never
think
have
I
thought
got
you'd be a Trump
misquoted
supporter
there.
there, Rob.
I think
I
I think I got misquoted there.
I'm just doing
the
what
wall in
normal
my,
journalism
in
does.
My, in my
Normal journal. Oh, yeah.
oh, let's misquote what he said and then turn it into some dodgy headline. Yeah, I said
Ah,
this.
Graham.
The wall is fine.
Graham supports Donald Trump. Confirmed.
Even though I was talking about my bedroom,
Robert Graham denies the.
it's a very straight
I
wall.
can't.
as
No,
well.
I'm not finishing that one.
Denied what?
No, I'm not finishing that one. It's inappropriate for the radio.
Well, I'll cut it out then. I
Yeah,
wanna know.
Robert Graham denies the Holocaust.
Okay.
You FaceTime for that in Germany?
It's a good job I'm not in Germany.
No.
Right, cut it out.
You sick fuck, Rob. You sick fuck.
Right.
Garfield. Where'd I put that? I don't know.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. I hate
Jess will
Mondays.
get this reference. That's
She doesn't
pretty
listen
much
to
it.
the show.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't listen.
She doesn't even know what day it's on.
You've told us so many times.
And she doesn't listen.
Who does?
Okay, what's this about Doom soundtrack?
The Doom soundtrack. This is a very cool soundtrack, but it's got a few secrets in it, but not things I've seen in any other type of music.
Like what?
You know those audio visualizers where they a few things have done this where it's like beeping noises and they often form a picture in the waveform.
Oh yeah,
Basically pick up the frequencies. Doom has hidden frequencies in its the most recent Doom has hidden frequencies in its soundtrack. If you put it for like a wave, like if you get the correct waves for it and it plays through it, it forms pictures of like the upside down crosses and satanic symbols.
Wait, what?
So Doom soundtrack literally has satanic symbols within inside its music. It is the closest thing you'll get to cursed music.
That is
real.
literally accursed music.
There is pictures inside the audio files, technically, if you have the frequency set up properly.
I was gonna say it fits
That's-
Doom because you know
that's
Doom's
great.
Yeah,
like
that's very appropriate, isn't it?
Doom is like that kind of game.
It's great, but as well because like Doom was one of those games years ago, the first one where everyone was like, "Oh, it's a sinful game, it's spawn of Satan, all that stuff," and now they literally have satanic imagery hidden in the game, and no one cares. I think it's brilliant.
No one cares.
I know they shouldn't care, to be honest. 'Cause it's just games, but it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's a good soundtrack. I'll give it a listen sometime.
I wanted to see that then.
Yeah, I'll show you the pictures. But it's like there was one where it's the severed head of one of the developers from the original Doom.
What?
It's a whole thing. In the original Doom, there was a sprite of one of the severed head of one of the developers. And he's basically the final boss, but he's hidden behind a wall. So as you're shooting at the wall, you're actually just shooting at this severed head. And they just put that sprite hidden in the audio tracks.
Oh.
And then a few of us were like, satanic sigils, a few skulls, I think. I don't know them off the top of my head, but there's quite a lot of them.
Probably have to see that then. That looks cool.
They look really cool. It's impressive. And it's for no one, something like that. You have to be a real like big audiophile to really like that stuff. There's like you have to be a big audiophile and you have to like Doom. It's very two niche things. Well, Doom not so much, but
Not Doom, not so much.
not anymore.
Okay.
No, it used to be pretty like it was big for a while, then it died down.
Is that for the new Doom?
the most recent one,
Okay.
yeah, not the one that's coming up.
Okay. Right. what's this about Google and FB regulated?
Question mark.
Question mark.
There's talk that Google and Facebook should be regulated in terms of fake news, which is always a big problem these days, isn't it? Fake news. Apparently they're trying to make it so they can some sort of filter when you upload something. I don't know how this is going to work entirely, but obviously there's calls for them to try and do this type of thing to stop the spread.
I don't think they really have a plan in place if there's just been calls for it.
Yeah, there's been calls for it.
Been calls for it for ages, to be fair.
There has. I think WhatsApp's the only one that's really done an awful lot.
Like
Microsoft have done a bit. I don't know if you're aware. If you use Microsoft Edge, which like 3 people probably do, and you try and go onto the Daily Mail website, it warns you this is a 1 out of 5 on their trustworthy news service scale. So they'll be like,
what's a 5 out of 5 for them then?
I don't know, but 1 out of 5 is pretty bad, and they warn you that this site often
gives 5 out of 5.
No, that's not a good news source.
No.
They warn you saying this site's not a good source of information. We really do recommend you check elsewhere. They do warn you. Yeah, seriously. That was
Does they show up the trust factor
I think it does,
like every single site?
Not every single site. I don't know. I just know I think they only do it to ones that they warn you about. So it's like Daily Mail is a big one. Yeah. Because obviously they spread a lot of misinformation. Basically just Tory mail or something, or Brexit mail.
Pretty much. Now I know WhatsApp had stopped forwarding. They limited how much you could forward the same message on to stop.
I remember that
was
one. We mentioned that.
Yeah, we did. That's why I was referring back to it. I guess that was just a bit of kind of an attempt. I don't know how well that's worked. You know, and I don't know how Facebook and Google are going to try and stop that unless they're going to sit and analyze and fact check each post. It's kind of each website. It's going to be. They
probably just get a sample size for each website and then just do basically a test on them to see how much information they properly show and rate them. I can
imagine Google doing something.
Probably Chrome, yeah. If Microsoft had done it for Edge, I would imagine Google doing something for Chrome.
Yeah,
Firefox will just do copy along with Google because they're free anyway. Yeah.
No,
they're non-profit, aren't they?
You can imagine Google doing what Microsoft's done with Edge. But
like I said.
Yeah. But before, because obviously when it shows all the results, some like the trust rating there, so before you click on it, that type of thing. They could potentially do that if they knew the trustworthiness of each.
A lot of things they could potentially do. They could just delete themselves.
Yeah, that doesn't really solve the problem.
Yeah, it would do. Stop people Googling for fake news.
Yeah, but then it's going to go to Bing, and that's
just blacklist everything.
And then people are
everything Google does just gets shut down in one day.
That pretty much means.
Are you suggesting to go to Bing now?
No.
No, but then Microsoft closed down Bing, so you have to search for the website by name. No, Ask Jeeves gets shut down. Just all search browsers just get shut down, so you just can't.
Yahoo?
I said all, Rove. What do you say? And doesn't DuckDuckGo use Google stuff?
Uses Google's search algorithm. That's it. But it doesn't use Google's general.
So everything gets shut down, and then everyone has to enter in the website by the search bar.
www.
Anything else just comes up.
carlangeles.co.uk.
It's not got a website.
That's not a website.
Should create
not a website.
Fine. What about your website, Ryan?
I have not renewed it for ages, so it's gone to history.
I wonder if it's on the Wayback Machine.
That'd be funny if it was. Don't you have to get like a? No, I don't think it would be because it's not probably prioritized something like that.
No, because they just kind of archive most of the internet.
They do archive, but they wouldn't archive.
Somebody stumbles across your Twitter account and archives it.
No, I don't think they would have archived it. Something. I imagine that happens a lot where people just make a website and it just doesn't get archived.
Yeah,
there's a lot that still exist.
Apple's. Yeah, I need to remind myself about this one. Are you going on about old Apple computers?
An old, because Steve Jobs, he's a really good designer, isn't he? I think we can all agree on that because he basically designed the modern phone.
Yeah, he kind of invented in a way the smartphone or what we know of it.
Not the best when it comes to actually how the hardware is going to work. He's good with designing, but he's awful with hardware. And there's a famous case where there's this really old Apple computer where he requested have no fans on it. Make it look as nice as possible. So they built an old computer with no fans on it, no external fans.
Yeah,
so
no circulation.
It looks really nice, but it obviously had an overheating problem, and Apple's official response, because obviously it would crash all the time because it's overheating, and obviously heating on metal obviously changes, it expands. Apple's solution, and often means like pieces would come off on the inside. So Apple's official response was, you have to smack the computer
to get it to work.
Because you get the things back into place.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Apple in like the 90s must have been a horrible place to be.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have the head screwed out at a point, did they?
Well, they obviously did something right.
Yeah, they obviously turned things around at that point, but
that's
crazy.
Not with AirPods.
No, with AirPods. Apple died with Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
they've not had a good design since. Honestly, everything's just been like
it's been very
really
generic
bland.
in a way, hasn't
They've
it?
just been riding off the new iPhone, the original smartphone design.
Yeah, like
or just making it thinner,
but not even. Yeah, literally, that's the
last
thinner
time,
or less wires.
The last time the design changed was from the 5 to the 6, the iPhone 5, because the iPhone 5 was very flat edged.
No, but it's
and quite compact.
It's still a formation of the design. I'm speaking like a big jump between like, I don't know, a BlackBerry, like the original ones with the big keyboards, to a full touchscreen phone.
No,
so
yeah, they've
not done any leaps like that, have
no,
they?
They haven't.
I wouldn't call like they make the base, the edges thinner flatter. I wouldn't call that a good design choice. That's just a design. It's just an iteration.
It's a very iPhone's always had a very generic design, the kind of the home right in the center. They never changed massively.
But
apart from the biggest thing they've done recently is get rid of the home button altogether. So now it's you swipe up.
Isn't that every phone?
Well, most phones now, so they kind of jumped on the bandwagon.
You're proving my point. They've not had a decent design change for ages.
No.
And they probably never will because Steve Jobs is dead.
Well,
unfortunately,
I think the thing is because there's that many more smartphone manufacturers. Whichever company is the first one to make, say, an innovation, everybody else is obviously then.
But they're doing the most boring innovations. My point being is they've not done that big. They've not done a big jump like that for ages for any of their designs.
I think it's harder to now.
Oh, it obviously is harder to. But if they had Steve Jobs still around, then maybe it would have been easier.
Maybe
that's my point. Something like AirPods probably would have seen the light of day.
Yeah, he probably would have looked at them and thought they looked
well, mate, actually, Steve Jobs did agree some bad design, so maybe they would have seen light of day, but like 2 years earlier.
Why would AirPods? I hate AirPods.
The main reason.
We're not going on to another rant about AirPods again. That'll be the second episode in a row we made jokes about, not jokes, but we ranted on about AirPods. But the whole name of the last episode was based off that.
Was it what? Bad Pods?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going down that.
Call this one Bad Pods 2.
No.
Yeah. No. Bad with it's a sequel.
No.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
Cool.
So we're on we're doing our subreddit bit again. I know we didn't do it last week. We'll do it now.
We ran out of time last week, so we've got enough time this time to squeeze it in. So
this is the subreddit that happens. Often just people like basically lie on the internet and then get called out usually.
Yeah.
So here's a good one. I went to Walmart to buy a tub of cookie dough and a box of tampons, and as the 17-year-old boy was ringing my stuff up, he looked at me and said, "It's going to be okay." That would never happen. That's what I say.
Oh my!
And just this is a different person. And just after that, he said, "By the way, I'm 17 years old. I wanted you to know that so you could describe me at your fake text post on Tumblr." I love seeing these get called out.
What else is there?
I was at the bank with my 5-year-old sister when we hear everyone get down. We all get down except my sister, who said, "Stealing is wrong." The robbers bolted and everyone stood up and clapped. The bank manager gave us £1,000 for saving the day as well. How did these people live their lives making lies?
How? That's not even believable. It's not even like remotely. Oh dear.
It is awful.
That was really bad.
It is awful.
It's really bad.
I was at Starbucks with Aiden, who is 4 years old, today, and Little Pump was playing on the radio. Aiden went and deadass told the barista to switch to some Eminem because all new music is so dumb nowadays. All the customers started clapping and cheering when Rap God started playing, and I'd never been so proud of him. The barista even gave us our drinks for free to thank you for business advice.
That worked.
That's a real story. Also, Rap God's not an old song, so why did they make reference to like Eminem's old music?
Yeah.
Rap God was like 2014. It's not that old.
Yeah.
All right, I've got this one.
Go
Right,
on.
what's the dumbest thing you did as a child?
That's not the same subreddit.
It's still like my sister asked me to take the dog out for a walk. She looked out the window a few minutes later to see me dragging an empty leash around the yard. I forgot the dog.
Yeah, that's such a bad I'm annoyed.
In my defense, our dog was really small.
I thought
Like,
sorry, I take that back. That is the right subreddit. I think you can.
How can you forget a dog?
You can't. Lies. Everyone dies one day. Even wolves, but not books. Not words. Words don't die. My son, 3, who is smarter than I am. That's a quote from someone's 3-year-old son.
Yeah, sure.
That definitely happened.
Yeah.
When I was 3, I
3 old.
don't know what I was on about. I wouldn't have said anything like that.
Like food.
I think I didn't even understand the concept of death when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
I think it was a big one.
Yeah. I know some kids can be smart, but that's pushing it. I think.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-year-old,
That's
no.
pushing it a bit.
That's like they just started walking properly.
Yeah.
Where they can walk without having someone probably support them up.
Yeah.
They expect to just say stuff like that.
Mm.
Can you reading at 3 as well?
No.
Not many can read it through.
I think you'd be lucky to find some that could.
Carl can't read still.
Just had a job interview at Walmart and they showed me a video of me shoplifting.
Oh,
That would actually be funny.
I don't think they would. Why would they do that?
Because
No, but like, would they just keep it on file and like, oh, we know you. Here's your file. Like, how long ago was the shop? It just doesn't work, does it? It's such a bad lie.
it is such a bad lie.
I just went past the one about the dog. We're at the same part now. This is not good. Doctor asked me why we didn't vaccinate vaccinate my son. My son answers, we don't put poison in our bodies. The entire waiting room and 3 nurses laughed and clapped. He's 6 and he knows more than doctors already.
Sure, that happened.
That's the name of the subreddit. Cut out the shore. No, that's the name.
That happened.
Yeah. Give this subreddit a look. It's good. Let's get another one.
Yeah, let's get another one going.
Got any good ones, Carl?
No.
Christ.
Like looking at this,
That was
I'm
a
like,
delay.
one guy wrote on his Facebook status, last night, even after having 7 drinks, I felt confident to drive, but I acted responsibly and took an Uber. 400 likes, 40 comments, but the best comment was from his best friend. Where did you go in Uber, bro? Party was in your house.
That's awful.
That is awful.
That doesn't even sound like that sounds like a really poorly made screenshot joke.
It
Like someone's
is.
faked it. That's awful. I hate that. I've asked this girl in my maths class for a piece of gum every day for the whole semester. Today was our last day. I asked her for a gum and she gave me the whole pack as a parting gift.
Aww.
If this isn't the smoothest thing I've ever that's really dumb. So it says, sorry, I'm extra. And on the chewing gum it says her phone number on each strip. It's like she wrote on the
Oh.
wrapping, but that is awful. This is so fake. I feel sorry for the person who put this. That because they're clearly like just sad.
Aww. That's all they're getting from me.
How about this one? It was like, this is really unbelievable. Like, what's the wildest incident that happened at your school? A kid was taped under the teacher's desk for half a day and none of the teachers noticed it.
A kid? That's like a person. People make noises just from breathing.
And it was like, and he did it willingly because he didn't want to take a test.
Strapped to the desk.
Under the teacher's desk, yeah.
How big was this fucking desk? Christ, I've got this image of like a huge desk that's just got like fits like I don't know, at least an 8-year-old kid underneath it that can strap himself on it. That's awful.
See?
That's one of the worst. That is probably one of the worst things I've ever heard, Carl.
Yeah, well, yeah. That happened. Come on. You know, it happened.
Yeah, that happened. Thanks, Carl.
Okay, thanks for listening. This has been episode 9 of the R&R plus Carl show. You got any parting words to say, Rob and Carl?
Are you going to say something?
Hopefully it's not as bad as next week.
I know.
No, next week should hopefully be better than this.
Wait. Oh, I was going to say, are we recording it next week if we don't have any uni next
Probably.
Yeah.
week? Okay.
We'll be back next week, even though it's reflection week. We will still be here.
Surviving.
and producing you some horrible content. So yeah, that's goodbye from me.
It was bye from me.
See you next week.